Today I'm going to talk a little bit about marketing techniques in a really weird, kind of uninteresting way. So stick around. Now, we're talking real estate photography today, not so much interiors photography or architecture photography. But this year, I've kind of changed my business up a little bit to where I'm offering more than just real estate photography and video. I'm actually offering marketing consulting, essentially, with the agents that I work with. And I wanted to share with you a little bit about some of the things that I'm talking about with them. The reason I want to share these things is because it might be helpful for some of you if you want to start having these conversations, or if you want to start thinking more about it for yourself. Taking some of this information, digesting it, and figuring out how it applies to the people that you work with, or maybe even your own business. So one of the main things I'm talking about in these conversations is that people really need to start creating more video content. Whether that's homes, behind the scenes content of like you at the office, just doing selfie videos, hiring somebody to make a vlog for you to where they're coming and actually filming you. Even just even if it's not going to be video, just posting photos of behind the scenes type content. Behind the scenes is huge, and that's the kind of stuff people connect with. Now, if you're in any city, I don't care who it is, and if you follow more than one agent, you're pretty much going to see the same types of content being shared all the time. And that's usually new house for sale, X amount of thousands of dollars, and maybe you'll see a couple posts saying sold. But it pretty much stops there. It's like there's not a lot of other content that's engaging. Now, when you look at social media, like what kind of content do people actually respond to? It's usually personal things. It's anything that's and I'm not talking about just business. I'm talking about your friends. When your friends post something, it's usually inside jokes, or it's just personal type content. It's showing reality. It's showing authenticity. In some cases, sometimes people are showing the best sides of themselves, and that works sometimes. But what people really want to see, what we want to see is authenticity. We want to see, what is that person really like? We know that everybody drives their nice big fancy cars, they live in their nice fancy houses, but they're probably a mess. I want to see some of that mess. We're all a mess to an extent. So when people show their vulnerability on video, it makes me connect with them even more, and it makes me realize, hey, this is just another person, and I want to get to know them a little bit more. So if you watched my previous episode on why I create a vlog, that's one of the reasons. It shows authenticity. It shows you can see all of my flaws. Like, I'm inviting you to look at me and watch my ridiculous mannerisms when I'm waving my hands all over the place. People want to see content like this, and they want to see you do this. So even if you're an agent or if you're just a photographer, start making more behind the scenes content. People want to see it. Now, the second thing I talk about besides behind the scenes type content is your copy. So the copy that you write in your posts or your captions should all be something that is, well, one, it should be short, but it should also invite people to participate in your post. So for example, you don't want to just give them a statement. You don't want to give them something to think about. You want to give them something to respond to. So let's say you're an agent, you just got a new listing. You don't want to go and make a post saying new listing, several $1,000s, blah, 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 and all the details. Nobody cares about that. They're just going to skip past it. Maybe some people will like it. What you want to do is maybe post a little bit of a short story about the house. And the story could be a couple words. It doesn't have to be a super long paragraph. Like 2 or 3 sentences max is all you really need. And that's all you really want to post, by the way, as well, because you don't want people to have to click see more in order to be able to see the rest of your story. Just a few sentences is all it takes. Let's say, for example, you just listed a Craftsman or something that was built in the 1920s, 1930s. Don't share a post saying new listing. Share a post and tell a little bit of a story about the house. Who used to live there? Share some kind of history about it. Maybe ask a question. What do you know about your house? What do you know about the history of your house? And invite people to participate in the conversation with you. You may not get a response on every single post, but when you do this long term, and you do it consistently over time, people will start responding to you. Now, all of this stuff these are all conversations that I'm actually having with a lot of the agents that I work with, and a lot of the conversations are also about your personal brand. Whatever you post has to match your personality, your personal brand, and so on. Like, you can't be fake. The key is to be authentic, show behind the scenes, show reality, what it's really like to be. People will respond to that. And you guys, even if you're not an agent watching this, if you're a photographer, you should be doing the same exact thing. I need to be doing this a little bit more as well. Like my Instagram feed is all just the pretty houses that I shoot. I don't show you a lot of the really bad houses that I shoot because nobody's going to respond to those. But I need to do a better job of this myself. We all need to. But if you have any takeaways from this video, it's start posting more authentic things. Vlogs are great. Doing Instagram lives are great because people can see your flaws. They can see the things that your little quirks. They can, I don't know, it just allows you to connect with people. If you haven't watched my last video that's like 12 minutes long about why I vlog in the first place, it might be helpful for you to go and watch that and just get a little bit more understanding as to why you might want to create content like this. All right, you guys, I know that for some of you, this content was not helpful. It was not insightful. It was kind of boring, and that's totally fine. This video is not for you. But there's some of you out there who are just really struggling to figure out what it is you can do differently to market yourself. And this is what you can do. Start turning the camera around on yourself. Be authentic. Show people who you are. Allow them to connect with you virtually. Maybe even invite some of the clients that you work with to participate in it with you. Have them be on camera with you. Give them some recognition in your videos. Like, acknowledge people. People want to see this stuff. They want to see you. They want to see the real you. And they want to know that you're just as messed up as they are in various ways. So you guys, I would challenge you for the next week even, just try it. Do some authentic behind the scenes type stuff. I guarantee you may not see immediate results, but it's rewarding because you will build long-term relationships. If you have any questions on this, please feel free to ask. Leave something in the comments below. If you're not yet following me on Instagram, you can at Jordan Powers without the vowels. And that's all I have for this week. See you next week with a brand new episode.